Good afternoon. Welcome you all to this course of Natural Language Processing, which is for third year, second sem for CSE and elite branches. This might be useful. So, myself, Dr. Kousar Nikhath, I'll be trying to give an overview of how this natural language processing is used in the daily life and what is the importance, what are the techniques involved in natural language processing. To start with, the overview of the contents, we would be coming up with this how the NLP is being used in the real world applications, what are the NLP tasks, what are the language basics involved in NLP, and also today we'll be discussing why NLP is challenging in today's era and what are the approaches to perform NLP. So, coming to the textbooks and references, we would suggest students to use Practical Natural Language Processing, which is by Soumya Vajjala and her peers, which is a good introductory book starting illustrating the basic concepts in terms of applications. And this is how the book is being divided into three parts, three to four parts, where the part 1 illustrates about the foundations. Part 2 covers the essentials required in terms of text classification and information extraction. Next, part 3 involves how NLP is being used for e-commerce applications, retail, social media, healthcare, finance, and law applications. And also, at the end, how we are going to build an NLP chatbot or an end-to-end system with the use of these NLP techniques. This is how all concepts are bringing it all together in form of a chatbot application. In this Jodorowsky textbook, text classification, heuristic approaches, rule-based approaches, the pattern recognition, text representation, all these contents are covered. If at all we want to build an information retrieval systems with a good QA, then we would recommend about the textbook from Tanveer Siddiqui. So, in the JNTU norms and all the syllabus coverage, the students we would recommend students to use this textbook so that they have a good basic overview of what the NLP concepts are, and then take the help of Jodorowsky textbook and Tanveer so that, and with the help of e-content and YouTube content tutorials, they may get a good understanding of what the NLP is, what are the techniques, what are the basics, and how they can use it for their processing system. First of all, what do you mean by NLP or natural language processing? It is a methodology, it is a technique that is associated with linguistics and how the computers are able to interact with humans with the use of AI and ML methodologies. So, this NLP is an interdisciplinary subfield of linguistics and computer science which illustrates, which explains the process, the technology, the methodology which is involved for the human to interact with the computer systems and how these computer systems can interact, can analyze and process what we are talking in our native language to what the systems can understand and perceive it. For that purpose, in order to analyze specific about textual data, the textual content, whether it is in the form of an audio or the video, or it is in the form of a textual typed content or the natural handwritten recognition text, for all that text to be processed and analyzed, for that reason we are going for the NLP. Now, this textbook illustrates and gives the basics of how the NLP task and applications are being divided into three levels. First, the core task, you have general applications and industry specific. In the core task, which includes the chapters covering from 3 to 7, here it is about how the NLP is being used for a very important task applications such as text classification, spam detection, information extraction, to perform the understanding of how which text is being searched for, what are the retrieval techniques, with what accuracy the content has been required, how to build a small QA system. If now coming to the general applications, we can cover the concepts like spam detection, email, recommendations, personal assistants, next the search engines, the quiz conducting Jeopardy devices kind. Next, in specific, if we want to extend our NLP services with deep learning, machine learning, and also with generative content and all, then it comes to the industry specific, which covers the chapters 8 to 10 in this textbook from Practical NLP Applications by Soumya Vajjala, which talks about social media analytics, where the NLP can be used for retail and catalog applications, where the NLP can be used for health record analysis in fintech and financial analysis, and how we can use the NLP for legal document analysis as well as for the healthcare domain. So this is also a different scenario, different NLP applications, which the NLP talks about the name recognition, about the text classification, about summarization, about the chatbots, about speech to text, text to speech conversions as a form of a core task. Next, coming to Google translators, we have next word processing, Grammarly software, we have speech recognition systems, we have Google Assistant bots, Siri's bots, Cortana, Microsoft Cortana, where our input is being given in the form of a textual, which is both an audio and as well as in the form of a speech, which is being analyzed and then being transmitted or transcribed for the good understanding of the computer system. Next, if we want to use the NLP for general applications, then it comes about the three domains called as natural language generation, yes, natural language classifier, and next natural language understanding. If you want to perceive and analyze the dialogue system, then it's about the computer dialogue managing system. If you are going to use the NLP techniques to generate the text, as we happen to see in GPTs, in chat GPTs and all, where the content is being generated in a natural language way. If you want to classify the textual content based on their level of topics or level of their language and all, it is about natural language classifier. If we want to see and assess how the language concepts are being analyzed and understood in a convenient way, then it is about natural language understanding. So to the core level, moving from the core level to the specific application levels, here we have understanding, generation, and next classification. Now, as I have mentioned, when we are trying to map with the industry applications, is it about fintech applications, retail applications, where we can use it for healthcare, for media and advertisement purpose, for manufacturing, where we can use for even for the chemistry applications and for also the bot applications. This is how the NLP is being used for more advanced level. Coming to the achievement, the task and all, we have three levels: easy, medium, and hard. Okay, so these are all the sub tasks where we want to achieve with these core applications, general applications, and industry oriented applications. The tasks such as spell checking, keyword based information, topic modeling, where we are trying to assess or determine what topic that particular topic belongs to, or when we have to extract some particular information, or if you want to summarize some particular content, if you want to do some QA system, if you want to do some machine translation task, all these are tedious when we are going to combine it or when we want to keep it open dialogue, conversational agents, all these. To just perform a simple task and all, maybe this is not a required one. We will be coming across these topics in detail in the next coming sessions. How to perform text classification, how the Ngram modeling can be done, what are the process, what is the strategy to perform, to analyze the language prediction, how can the topic model through LSTMs and through NMFE all can be done, or how can the summarized content be retrieved, how do you do the retrieval process, how do you measure the accuracy, all these can be done in a coming sessions. We'll be covering it in after the basics steps that are involved in NLP. To understand how this linguistics are able to model in the computer systems, first of all, we need to know what are the building blocks of language. I would repeat, this building blocks starts from phonemes, next morphemes, next syntax, and the context, where phonemes or phonemes, what we call, starts from the very basic of how the text is, what is the speech, how they are being converted, who is the speaker identifier who has talked about it, how are we going to take all these place, is from the base level called as phonemes. It is called as the basic unit level of the language structures. The next comes under about is words, where words are being analyzed in terms of morphemes and lexemes. We have the various subtasks, sub-activities as tokenizations, we have stemming, we have word embeddings, we have parts of speech tagging, where we can tell what is the part of speech of each sentence. Suppose I say I love VNR, then what is the part of speech for the letter I, what is it for love, and what is this VNR, what is it, it is a noun form, it is a verb form, it is a pronoun form. Such type of tagging can be done through morphemes and lexemes. Next comes to the syntax, where the syntactical and semantic parsing can be done, entity extraction can be done. Suppose if I say I love VNR VJET because of the placements. So placements is the one which is making me more focused to check and to join for VNR VJET teaching curriculum. So that is the entity which is being extracted for that. Suppose I say the smartphone camera is very good, because of the camera utility is this what is making me attract to talk positive about that smartphone. So likewise, to analyze the relation, to do the entity extraction, to do the parsing in terms of semantics and syntax is about syntax. Next comes about the context, the meaning, in which context that particular sentence is being used. If I talk about VNR VJET in terms of placements, and when I am talking about the education system, means the topic, the main context in which it is being discussed is about the educational scenario. When I come to talk in terms of healthcare and all, maybe we talk about EHR, we talk about claiming process, we talk about the prescription, doctor prescription notes, likewise. So topic modeling, summarization, opinion mining, sentiment reviews analysis, whether it is positive, negative or neutral, all such things are being done in the context. So overall, this we call it as the building blocks of language as per this NLP terminology. Okay. If we take one small scenario where to emphasize about this phonemes, morpheme, syntax and meaning, see here, there is a sentence called as I would like to book a flight to Paris. It's just a sentence which is being converted from a text or from an audio to the system and all. Okay, in the morphemes and all, we are trying to analyze what is the word stands for flight, what is for Paris, what is noun. Here in the sentence we have I studied the books. So studied is the verb, books is the noun. So because of this task called as studying, the books are being emphasized. The books is the general word. Here if you could see in the syntax, now we are categorizing it, what is the subject, what is the object. Okay, so if I am telling about the company called as Apple, which is located in so and so. Okay, so in California, so it is being specified with the entity recognition, name entity specification, what is the organization and where it is being located. Suppose I say VNR VJET is located in Bachupalli. So you have a location as well as you have an organization. Likewise, you can do the relation extraction, specifying the name entity for that particular words. Next, providing the meaning to it, providing the context, providing the topic analysis, sentiment analysis here. That's what I mentioned earlier about the new smartphone, which was talking about the fantastic camera settings. For that purpose, this particular user has given the review that I love this phone because the camera is amazing. Of course, if you talk in other opinion or other context, this is a positive sentiment which is talking about the camera settings, but maybe there might be some loopholes also in the usage of the memory settings or in the terms of touch screen navigations and all. But the camera settings which is being used in this smartphone is very good enough. So this is a positive review. So in order to have the good understanding, natural language understanding in terms of the basic units in terms of the syntax and semantics, in terms of analyzing the entity extraction and providing the relation extraction, meaning it, conceptualizing it, and providing the meaning. All these tasks are required to provide the base building blocks of language. So till now we have seen the core task. Next we have seen the applications. Next we have seen about what are the language basics of NLP. Next we will be moving further next to what are the approaches that are required to NLP and all. This I have already discussed, what is about syntax, semantics, pragmatics, which is deals with the situation, the scenario, the context where it is being talked about. If I talk about the bank, generally when I am talking about in terms of profit and loss, it is about the bank transactions, money transactions. But if I am talking about the nature, the beauty of the nature is being described, the green scenarios, the green fields are being tasked, which is being located near to the riverside, then there the bank is talked about the riverside locality. So likewise, there is discourse analysis, how immediately the preceding sentences are followed with the previous. Just bank may not have the meaning, but if I say river bank, then the existence of the word river has given me to conclude that I am talking about the river side. If I just tell that the bank is closed today, then it might be a generalized thing. But the river bank side, where my house is located, to the river bank side, is it talking about the river which is being located followed by the bank and all. So likewise, for any language to be analyzed, we need to have the individual unit process, we need to have the meaning for it, syntax for it, we have to provide the good semantics, do the good parsing, have the good pragmatics, and also see and also analyze in which situation and which context are they being talked about or addressed about. Though there are so many applications of NLP, still NLP is a challenging based on a few main parameters called as misspellings, language differences from one language to another. Maybe in Telugu I call it as namaste, or Hindi maybe I write like this. In English and all, I may write in a different way called as hello. So you have the language differences, you have the innate biases, maybe the internal biases may be different. Generally when we talked about nurses, people say or conclude it as to be only the female nurses, but may also be a male nurse. Next you have the words with multiple meanings, which I was talking about, the word bank usage, river bank, or it is about the transaction bank. Next, uncertainty in the false positives. Maybe the image, though it resembles a cat, but still it is giving about the dog or thing. Here it's a fruit, it is an apple or an apple company, giving some biases where the training, insufficient data may be there, imbalances in the data set, training in the result, in the evaluation of the model. All these are still the causes to make NLP as a challenging field in the today's era. Among this, still ambiguity is a main thing. What does the ambiguity stands for? Ambiguity is an uncertainty to the meaning. Uncertainty of the meaning. Words may have multiple meanings based on their context, based on their usage, and based upon their preference where I am talking about, or based on the emotion also you have different, based on their usage you have different, and so on. So most human languages inherently are ambiguous. So you have, suppose I call me a cab. Am I calling for a cab, or am I asking a cab to wait, or is it I'm calling other person, it is in a cab? So there are so many ambiguity, so many uncertainty in understanding the words that are being discussed. This is also one more scenario where ambiguity is being addressed in multiple languages. Here the boy is eating with spoon. So I ate rice with spoon. Yes, here also you have. Next, I ate rice with curd. I ate rice with Rahul. So here, is it with the friend Rahul, or the Rahul is being specified? Here the curd rice, what he is talking about. I saw a girl with telescope. Is it with the telescope that particular person is being visible, or he is also seeing a girl along with the telescope? So Mary had a little lamb. All such sentences, though they assume to be very true enough, but when we are trying to convert it into an analyze, and when we are making it to the system specific, we may not have all those ready enough. Here also, मुझे आपको मिठाई खिलानी पड़ेगी, where the text is being and read in the Hindi but typed in English. So most of the content what we use in the WhatsApp or social media on reviews and all, people are using the mixed language to address these things. Such things ought to be solved or ought to be analyzed with NLP. So that's how still NLP is challenging for us in nowadays. For that, we need to solve this NLP. We need to perform this NLP task with some specific approaches. Now we will be seeing this. This is also one of the two examples which I have told now about the lexical ambiguity, about the syntactic ambiguity, semantic ambiguity, where they are talking about the potential meanings and how he see. Here I saw the man with telescope. Is it with telescope or how? Okay, baseball. I bought a new bat. Is it an animal bat or it is a baseball or a playing equipment? Such things are there. Still, you have neologisms which we call unfriend, untreat, retweet, such words being used. Next, segmentation issues where you divide the words with spaces and all. You have word knowledge. Next, some non-standard English. See here, the words are being typed with @ you have the content is being addressed with digit. Here you have hash is being used. You are writing some special symbols. Such usage of non-standard English. Next you have multi-word. Next you have dark houses. See, you have the hearts itself is being itemized with some other option called as get cold feet. You have throw in the towel. Next, echo is there. Khana vana, where it's talking about the food, but still it is in a different language syntax. So such things, because of the usage of such ambiguity, language constructs, neologisms, word knowledge, segmenting issues, idioms, because of lexical ambiguity, okay, because of the spellings issues, because of language differences, because of biases, because of common language usage, because of language differences, because of multiple words with and words with multiple meanings, because of false positives, because of training losses and all these things, still the NLP stands for the challenging issue. To address this properly, okay, so we have the approaches as heuristic based approach, machine learning based approach, and deep learning approach. Heuristic based approach is where you have a rule based approach with if then else, where you use the regular expressions and where you have pattern matching applications. So an example here, if I want to schedule a meeting, if I want to make some categorization, if I want to spot some keyword, if I want to search some keyword, then I can use regular expressions where I can do some pattern matching. I can match some text and then do. I can write some if then else rules and then do. This is a traditional kind of an approach to perform NLP, which is also called as heuristics based approach, or also we call it as rule based approach. Okay, so now next is machine learning approach, where we have some specific algorithms usage as navy Bayes, support vector, we have decision trees, we have navy Bayes classifier, where we are using it in a more efficient way to analyze, to separate, to classify, to categorize some textual content. So out of these, navy Bayes is the one of the good approach. Next we have support vector, next we have SVRs, and next we have the decision trees. Next is the deep learning approach, where we have a little bit of in-depth analysis use of neural networks. We have recurrent neural networks, convolution. Next we have transformers, where we have automatic word embeddings, where we are using all these approach to do our analysis. So, in the next session, we will be seeing the comparison of all these approaches, and also we will be seeing how this deep learning approach for NLP is different when compared to machine learning approach. The Jurafsky textbook and all, we can find much emphasis on the regular expressions, the rule-based approaches, as well as on the machine learning. Now people have moved to this deep learning approach by using the automatic inclusion of word embeddings, by using transformers, by using the GPTs, by using the Google APIs and all. Now they are able to do. But still, there is some difference between the approach which we have for machine learning and for deep learning. All these things will be discussed in the next session. To wrap up in a fast space, I would like to highlight that till now we have seen the basics of NLP, how the NLP is used in the real world scenarios, what are the core tasks, what are the NLP tasks which is being categorized into core tasks, general applications and industry oriented applications. Next, we have seen what are the building blocks of language. Okay, so what are the morphemes, what are phenoms, what is syntax, what is semantics, and what is pragmatics, what is the context and all we have seen with some example also. Next, today we also have discussed about NLP challenges where ambiguity stands as one of the issue, which is more of where there is uncertainty in the usage of the words, on the vocabulary, on the language, semantics and all. And also, we have seen the approaches as the basic approach as the heuristic approach, machine learning approach, next the deep learning. So, in the next session, we will be seeing about the differences between classical NLP, the deep learning next, and also we'll see how the NLP pipeline activities are being addressed with some real-time use cases. Thank you.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.